Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Pauline Verzosa. Four days into their operations, authorities still have yet to arrest Pastor Apollo Quiboloy in Davao. And for the latest, let's bring in mobile journalist Evan Tarinque. Evan, good morning. Kamusta na ba ang sitwasyon dyan sa paligid ng KOJC compound? Evan? All right, we are checking our connection with our mobile journalist, Evan Tarinque, who is reporting live in Davao City. Meanwhile, Davao City Mayor Baste Duterte says the PNP is not following proper procedure. Duterte says police personnel are using excessive force amid their unauthorized occupation at the KOJC compound. He adds that while he respects the implementation of the arrest warrant against Quiboloy, it should adhere to the law. According to Duterte, the police personnel will only listen to the PNP chief and to their commander-in-chief, President Bongbong Marcos. Now, supporters of Quiboloy held a protest in Manila to condemn the alleged abuse of power against the pastor. Over 100 people gathered at Plaza Miranda in Quiapo, then marched to Liwasang Bonifacio. They called for President Marcos's resignation. And among those present was former presidential spokesperson Harry Roque, who was recently cited in contempt by Congress.
Hindi lang po ito laban ng KOJC. Laban ng sambayan ng Pilipino po ito dahil kung malalabag nila ang karapatan ng KOJC, mas lalo nilang lalabagin ang karapatan ng mga ordinaryong Pilipino.
All right, now let's bring in back our mobile journalist, Evan Tarinque, who is joining us live in Davao. Evan, kamusta na ba ang sitwasyon dyan sa paligid ng KOJC compound?
Yes, Puli makikita naman natin sa paligid ngayon ay puro kapulisan na lang at wala na. Yung mga supporters ng KOJC ay nandun na sa labas. So meron, simula kagabi, meron ng barricade dito sa harapan. No? Kahapon, kung matatandaan ninyo, ay nandito yan sa may, pag inikot natin to, ikotin. Ito, kahapon, andito lang sila kahapon sa ilalim nitong bridge na to. Pero ngayon, yung matapos ngayon, dispersal na nangyari kahapon, na pushback nila. At nandito na nga sila, nakapwesto ngayon. Pauline?
Evan, anong oras nag-disperse yung mga supporter? And may balita ka ba kung balak pa nilang bumalik ngayong araw?
So, Pauline, ang nangyaring dispersal kahapon is around 3 p.m. No? Doon na nagsimula i-pushback ng ating kapulisan, no? Ng otoridad, yung ilang miyembro na nagpe-prayer rally kahapon, no? And medyo mabilis lang din yung dispersal, no? Kasi biglang nag-class na rin yung mga equipments and yung mga kinonfiscate, yung ilang sound equipments din nung itong KOJC. Kanina, hanggang ngayon naman, actually, Pauline, nandito pa rin sila, yung ibang mga taga-suporta ng KOJC. Kanina nga, actually, 3 a.m., nandito na tayo, minomonitor na natin. Around 4 a.m., nagdadasal na sila. So, andito pa rin naman sila at they're trying naman na, sabi nga nila, hanggang nandito daw yung police, hindi daw po sila alis.
Evan, sabi mo nga, minomonitor mo yung sitwasyon dyan since 3 a.m. So, mas mapayapa na ba yung sitwasyon kumpara kahapon, kung saan nagka-enkwentro yung dalawang panig ng KOJC, pati ng mga pulis?
Yes, Pauline, ngayon, payapa naman na. Yung wala na masyadong, hindi na ganun kataas yung itong pagitan ng ating kapulisan at nung ilang miyembro ng KOJC. Hindi katulad kahapon na medyo talagang intense, no? Mararamdaman mo yung intensity ng both sides. Pero ngayon, medyo may pahapyaw pa rin yung ilang miyembro na syempre hindi naman mawawala yun. No? Pero yun nga, ang sabi nila is hanggat hindi daw natatapos to, ay hindi daw sila titigil at dito pa rin sila pupwesto. Pauline?
Gaya ng nabanggit mo, Evan, kahapon mataas talaga yung tensyon. But it's good to know ngayon, mas mapayapa na yung sitwasyon dyan. Pero Evan, ano ba yung update ngayon sa operasyon ng mga pulis sa loob ng compound? Ilang percent na ba yung na-search nila dyan sa KOJC compound? And hanggang kailan daw magtatagal ang pulis dyan? Hindi ba sila aalis hanggang talagang maaresto itong si Pastor Quiboloy?
Actually, Pauline, nakita na nga natin yung sinasabi nilang ginawang hukay. No? May mga pictures na nag-float online yung ginawang hukay nga ng PNP, pero unfortunately, wala pa rin daw or hindi pa rin na-determine kung nasaan nga ito si Passport Quiboloy. Pero as much as possible daw, hanggat hindi nila nakikita, hindi daw matatapos yung kanilang operation dito. Pauline.
Alright, maraming salamat sa iyong updates mula dyan sa Davao City. That was our mobile journalist, Ivan Tarinque. In other news, dismissed Bamban-Tarlac Mayor Alice Guo's sister, Shiela Guo, is now under Senate custody, while their business associate, Cassandra Ong, has already been transferred to the Senate. And Ria Fernandez has that story.
Shiela Guo, the sister of former Bamban-Tarlac Mayor Alice Guo, was handcuffed and heavily guarded as NBI officers transferred her to the Senate detention facility around noon today. Her custody was officially handed over to the Senate Sergeant-at-Arms after she underwent inquest proceedings at the NBI. The Senate had issued an arrest order against Shiela Guo back in July after she repeatedly failed to attend hearings on Pogo-related issues. Upon arrival at the detention facility, Guo underwent medical screening as part of the Senate's protocol. Her belongings, including the ones she had with her in Indonesia when she was captured, were also inspected.
Yung physical condition niya, as what the doctor had said, okay naman siya. But we have also to check with our medical. We will secure kung sino man didetain sa amin, hindi lang si Shiela Guo, kung sino man ma-detain sa Senate, we will assure his or her security.
All the way across town, at past 12:30 in the afternoon, the convoy carrying Cassandra Lee Ong arrived at the House of Representatives. Tomorrow, Shiela is scheduled to attend the hearing of the Senate Committee on Justice and the Committee on Women, still in connection with the illegal Pogo operations. Ong has also been summoned to attend the same hearing. But according to House Squad Committee Chairman and Surigao del Norte 2nd District Representative Robert Ace Barbers, the committee still needs to vote on whether Ong, who will be detained at the House, will be allowed to testify at Senate first.
Mahalaga si Cassandra Lee Ong because she is our only link doon sa Lucky South 99 at saka doon sa ibang illegal Pogo hubs that was raided by PAO. She appears to be the liaison between these two illegal Pogos and PAGCOR. No? Plus, of course, we have to get information from her kung sino yung may-ari, sino yung abogado, sino yung tumatayong mga incorporators nito.
Meanwhile, Senator Win Gatchalian urged the two women to come clean about what they know regarding the raided Pogo hubs in Tarlac and Pampanga. Gatchalian says it's clear that the two Pogos are connected and backed by a large syndicate.
So, mas maganda pang sabihin nila kung paano nabuo itong Pogo hub sa Porac, paano nabuo itong Pogo hub sa Panban, paano nakapasok dito si Alice Guo at ang kanyang pamilya. Paano nila nakilala itong mga sindikato? Kasi obviously, sindikato rin yun ang mga nagposlit sa kanila palabas ng Pilipinas.
This is also the sentiment of Guo's own lawyer, Attorney Stephen David, who visited and spoke with Guo at the Senate earlier today.
Hindi, sinabi ko nga sa kanya makipag-cooperate siya. Kasi ang katotohanan na magpapalaya sa kanya. At naniniwala naman siya sa atin. Ako base doon sa kanya, base doon sa interview namin, ako naman, satisfied naman na nagsasabi siya ng totoo.
On the other hand, Ong's lawyer, Attorney Ferdinand Topacio, advised her to assert her right to remain silent during the hearings. Topacio says now is not the right time to disclose the information Ong has.
We are hoping that the members of the Senate and the House will not attempt to threaten, bully, bamboozle her into waiving these rights because these rights are sacred under the Constitution.
Topacio also says they will file arbitrary detention complaints against authorities including the DOJ for keeping the two women at the NBI facilities over the long weekend.
Walang warrant, walang kaso, i-detain mo sa NBI. That is arbitrary detention.
But NBI Director Jaime Santiago says it doesn't count as arbitrary detention precisely because it was a holiday.
Ang arbitrary detention nagraran lamang pagka may office hour. Holiday tayo magmula pa ng Biyernes eh. Buti nga kahit na holiday ngayon, nagtatrabaho kami. May proseso. Alam nyo, ang warrant of arrest issued by the court, inaresto namin. Sa amin muna, po-process namin yung tao, and then report to the judge na, eto, na-aresto na namin. Mag-i-issue ngayon ng judge ng commitment order. So, nasa amin, nasa law enforcement, ang mga tao pagka immediately after the arrest.
In a surprise twist during the press conference, Topacio also showed photos of Ong with President Bongbong Marcos, First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos, and other officials and personalities. Ong had apparently confirmed to Topacio that the photos are authentic.
She also confirms that she has some information regarding POGO operations. And this picture may hold the clue as to why POGO operations, especially illegal POGO, multiplied during the time of President Marcos because they were being aided and abetted by some officials of the present administration. Sabi nga nila, a picture speaks 1,000 words. Bahala na kayo mag-conclude.
Malacanang and other officials in the photos have not yet responded to this. As for the possibility of Guo and Ong becoming state witnesses and being placed under the DOJ's Witness Protection Program, Gatchalian says it will depend on how their hearing progresses.
Titignan natin kasi yung pinaka-basic criteria dyan is dapat least guilty ka or hindi ka most guilty. So titignan natin yung takbo ng hearing at yung mga evidence ng dalawa.
For News 5, Ria Fernandez, We Are One News.
And now let's take a quick look at today's other headlines. In the Philippine Star, President Marcos mentioned athletes, troops, and workers in his Heroes Day speech at the libingan ng mga bayani. Marcos says it's important to remember those who fought for the country's independence and perpetuate their legacy of patriotism and nobility. And in business world, the Securities and Exchange Commission says the proposed hike in its fees would push through. According to the agency, they have already cleared the regulatory impact assessment of the Anti-Red Tape Authority. Now, proceeds from the fee hike will be used to develop the corporate regulator's digital services. And the Philippines has recorded 2 new cases of mpox yesterday. Case number 11 is a 37-year-old male in Metro Manila. He started experiencing mpox symptoms last August 20. Meanwhile, case number 12 is a 32-year-old male who also lives in Metro Manila. His symptoms started showing on August 14. The country is waiting for the World Health Organization's green light for the procurement of 2,000 doses of mpox vaccine. The health department said they are considering to vaccinate dermatologists first.
Yung mga dermatologists ang unang humaharap, ang unang nakakakita ng mga pasyente nga may mpox. So it makes a perfect medical sense na sila yung isa sa mga uunahin pagdating sa bakuna. Pero hindi pa nakasulat yan. It's subject to consultation and finalization.
And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 9 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Pauline Verzosa. We are One News.